Wendy Morato, and I'm here with Debbie Andre, and we're here to do Cat Chat today. Today's date is Tuesday, December 5th. Getting close to Christmas. Right, Deb?
That's right.
Okay, so basically, I want to talk about Christmas kittens and getting a kitten for Christmas and is it smart and all that. There's varying ideas about having a kitten under the tree on the day of Christmas. You talk to most rescue people, they'll tell you absolutely avoid sending a kitten home at Christmas time. And there is value to that. And then again, there's tremendous joy in a little girl or a little boy or a family getting a kitten at Christmas, for Christmas. In the northern hemisphere, when it's cold outside, cats typically don't breed late enough for there to be this size kitten at Christmas.
Right.
But our weather patterns have really changed, and we're seeing that third litter a year coming. So we see one on time or early. This year we saw them come real early.
Yeah, because it was warm.
It's warm. It's warm, 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 warm. And these female cats are going into heat much earlier and staying in heat much later. So these female cats that are not spayed are having 3 litters a year, a summer. It's hard on their bodies, guys. Got to get them spayed and neutered. So this last litter being born, these kittens are just perfect size. They're ready and they'll be around for Christmas. There's plenty of them still. Usually we don't have kittens for Christmas. It's rare. Somebody would have to absolutely breed specific for Christmas because usually they're already 4 to 6 months old. They're not little like this. But anyway, so we're going to have some kittens, but my recommendation is 2 things. Either wait till after, which then you're going to be waiting to well after. Because of the hubbub, because of the traveling, because of the company and the stress and everything, you may want to wait. Either that or come now.
Yes.
Get them now. They're here, they're available, we have plenty. But as Christmas draws near, in the week of Christmas, people are going to be hounding us for something that doesn't exist, possibly. So get them now. Get them acclimated to the home. Get your Christmas present early, I would say.
And just, I can tell you too, an older cat is a best gift.
This is my boy Larry.
My boy Larry.
So he started out my boy Larry, but Debbie wants him really badly. Larry was brought to us. I was the recipient of Larry after you had him for like 2 days. And didn't you and your hubby bottle feed him?
We bottle feed him for a couple of days, but then you had a mom, a nursing mom, who
took him on. Her name is Jamami, and it's because when she came into Quick Fix, we decided to keep her because she's beautiful, but she had kittens the day after she came. I kept her because I didn't want her spayed at that late stage. And she lost all of her kittens because her health was so bad when she got there. Like, she came in terrible condition. So my vet staff, Jenna, Tammy, and Emma, threw their names together and called her Jamami. So that's their pieces of their name, and that's why her name is Jamami. And it's nothing more than that. So Jamami lost all of her kittens, and a few weeks had already gone by, and I had taken her home, and I got her health up, and I was nursing her back to health at home and in my office at work, going back and forth, because she was pretty bad. But at the point that he came in and you had him for 2 days, I said, hey, let's put him on Jammy, which I call her Jammies, Jamama. And she took him so fast, and she raised him. And when he was about a month old, I put another kitten on him. His name was Meatloaf. I know, you're funny. And he knows not to play with my hands. He knows what to play with. He's a cuddler. He's super quiet.
He's a sweetheart.
He's
Look
a
how big he is.
sweetheart. See, he knows not to bite. He knows that is not acceptable behavior with hands. Hands are for petting. Toys are for playing. If I was smart, I'd get him a toy because he wants to play, but I don't see one
around here.
So this is Larry. He's already neutered, and he's just the most gentle, quiet
He's
kitten.
a sweetheart.
I have never heard him cry. Never heard him vocalize anything. In fact, I've never heard him purr loudly at all. It's very in here. His purr is
Beautiful cat.
Oh, he's so sweet. He's so gentle, and he's very loving. All he's known his whole life is a mama cat who has loved him to the point where she would just grab him and hold him. And it was an amazing thing. I have a lot of pictures of him growing up at my house. Very sweet boy.
Plus,
But
he had a foster daddy.
he did. My Gus, my three-legged Gus, was his playmate throughout.
care of him.
Would clean him and play with him. And Gus, he loves to daddy all the
Yes.
kitties. He's not a normal male cat. He thinks he's a mom. See, he doesn't even use his claws. He was raised very, very well. When they're orphaned like this, you have to get them a proper playmate. Yeah, I play with mama's hair. And make sure that they learn from each other the proper way to play so that they don't bite too hard or scratch too hard. They tell each other. So he had all that benefit of that, huh, Larry? I just love you. So this one is Elliot.
Room 3 in a cage.
And when they got to me, they were little, him and his brother. They were little, and he's grown into be a beautiful, very sleek versus when he was little. He was a little butterball. But he's getting sleeker. He's getting longer lines. And his ears, look how long his ears are and how narrow his face is. He's definitely an Oriental.
Okay.
He's got a lot of Oriental in him, which is going to keep him long and lanky.
And you got a puffy tail.
Yep, he's got a puffy tail, so he's a mix. He's
a sweetheart.
Oriental mix. I mean, he's not a talker like a lot of Orientals are talkers. That breed is talker. Look how skinny his neck is.
He's a lover,
it's
though.
long and skinny. He's a beautiful, beautiful cat. Hi, handsome. Oh, and when I have kittens, I just smother them, and they love this. They just melt when they do this. Because that's something that Mom would do, is just constantly be doing that rub up against the side of the face like that.
You had him for a couple weeks, right?
Oh, yeah,
Did he
him
go
and his
with
brother.
Jemima?
No, he went to the prison.
Oh,
Yeah, but once they learn that, they don't forget that. And that's why when, you pet them there, they just settle right down and they're just...
he's a love bug. He lets
so
everybody love
loving.
him.
He's not going to last, folks. This is the 5th. You could be here, as soon as this show airs, they might already be gone. So don't wait if you're thinking about getting a kitty. This guy is gorgeous. Tell us the story, Deb.
Well, a lady called, situation where she can't be moved. She had to move to a new place and she couldn't take her babies. She found this one, and we have another cat that's like a classic tabby, Helena, and this is William. And it just broke her heart. So I said, sure, we would take them. And
What if she wants him back?
she does not, and she cannot take them back
that's
because
so
of her
sad.
situation.
That is
And
so sad.
She'd rather have them had a good home where someone can keep them. And when she drove up here, Helena was in a carrier. William here was sitting on the carrier, not moving one bit. Didn't care loved the car rides. He wants to go because it's a new place, but
Is he declawed?
he is not declawed. But he is.
He's a Maine
gorgeous.
Coon mix for sure.
Definitely. And
Definitely
he is,
heavy Maine Coon in this
Yes.
cat. And I can show you how, if I didn't have Furball in my hand, who's just loving this.
Told you he's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetie. And when they go to the prison, folks, there's not much that the prisoners do when they have their jobs during the day, just like us. A lot of them have jobs and they leave and then they come back, but they're not in barred cells. They're actually in a dorm room when when they're in this program. So they have their home, their apartment, basically. It's not as good as an apartment. It's a cell with a door. So these guys hang out waiting for daddy or mommy to come back in the cell, and then they just get mothered all night long, because this is what they do. This is what they have. So anybody that we say goes to the prison is probably extremely well handled. Right. So, but I want to show you some things. Jean, thank you for being in the show today and helping us out. So this guy is a Maine Coon for a couple of reasons, and there are 3 breeds that are similar. We only really ever talk about the Maine Coon, but there's the Norwegian forest cat and the Siberian forest cat. Those breeds are bigger than the Maine Coon, but you just don't see them in this area because they're so expensive, for one thing, and they're pretty rare around here for another. The people just don't breed that breed. These guys are an American breed of cat. This cat is an original American cat. A couple of things that you can tell a Maine Coon or a Maine Coon mix. They have these little tips on their ears. See that little tip thing? There's just a smidge of hair right there. I don't know, Andy, if you can catch that on the camera, but if you come in, you'll see little flicks of hair growing out of the top of the ear right there. That's one little thing that all 3 breeds have. So they're all very similar. The other thing is, look at the toes. So look at the toes, and especially over here, and cats don't like their feet touched, so he's already not happy about that. So we're just going to talk about it. You see all this hair growing out of their toes. It helps to keep their feet warm because they're all cold weather cats. They're all water cats, snow cats, ice cats. They do well in colder temperatures, and that helps to keep their paws insulated, is that extra fur in between, and it actually grows out from underneath too, as an insulator. And one of the primary things that you can look for in trying to tell whether this is one of those breeds, because until you do a DNA test, we just cannot know. So we just always say it's a Maine Coon mix. But one of the things you can look at is the webbing in their feet. So a normal cat's webbing is about 1/3 of the way. If you reach in and you spread apart their toes, their webbing will be at about the first line in my hand. But a Maine Coon or any one of these guys, their webbing is way to the top of their toes rather. And that's to help them in the water. To swim, these guys are they're all natural swimmers, but these guys like water. They like playing in water. They do swim to get from place to place if they need to. They are boat cats. They are Maine, the state of Maine cats. Oh. Okay. So that's kind of their thing. So they have that extra webbing. The other thing that they usually have is this gorgeous spread out chest of hair, kind of like a lion, not the mane all the way around, but they'll have this flaring mane in here. And a real Maine Coon will have just a extraordinary big plume in front of them, and when they sit down, they're just full of hair down in here. And of course, the big tail, that big old, which you don't want to touch the back end. So. Yeah, he's kind of in a mood. He's only been here about a week, you said?
He's been over a week, just over a week.
Yeah, so he definitely has some qualities about him. So you see this mane coming up here. There's not much here. See, so he's got some. There's my McLovins.
We know the history on it. He's been on the show before. Wendy took him in. They brought him in as a feral cat. As you can see, he's so vicious right now. And he's got the face, and he is just the sweetest cat. He was adopted, but they never came. So
Yeah.
if you want a great cat, this
I
is
love
the
this
one.
cat.
He's a
I
sweetheart.
want this cat, but I already have 5. And
Yeah.
he would not do well in my household because I have 5 males. And you were telling me that anytime there's a little scuffle here,
Oh yeah, he goes running to see.
he's the muscle.
Yeah.
He's the muscle. He's like, "Dah!"
But he loves the babies.
And he's so sweet, and he does.
Yes.
He loves the babies, but he does not like other cats fighting, so he rushes into either break it up or be a part of it. I'm not sure which one, because I've not seen it, but I'd
no,
like to.
he goes just being nosy.
Just being nosy.
He does not like Macy Ray, but I'm going to tell you, none of the cats. That's a good question for you.
Yeah.
Could Macy Ray be
Yeah,
giving
gotcha.
up something? Because
Yeah.
they seem to all pick on her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Macy Ray's an awesome cat. If you
Yeah.
take her home, she would be
Single
happy.
single family.
Single family.
Single cat household, because I think she would blossom well there.
Yes.
And then this is Lucy. She's super soft, like a rabbit.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh my gosh, she's like a rabbit. So if you want to just sit and watch TV and hold and pet a rabbit that looks like a cat,
Yeah.
this is your girl. Here, let's get your other arm up here so you're comfy. You don't want to, huh? Okay. She's kind of a little shyer.
Well, she was in room 6, so she's out here. This is the first time she's been out here. So
Uh-huh.
she's a little nervous. There's a lot of kittens and cats walking around. So
Yeah, hi, Lucy. She's your cat of the week this week. You
Right.
picked her to be the cat of the week. What does that mean?
means you get a discount if you adopt her.
Okay. What kind of a discount are we talking?
$25 off?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
You come in and get this cat. This is great. We'll work out a deal with you.
And her normal fee is $75. So you're saying that
I would give her
you're
for $50.
asking me if you can let her go for 50,
50,
right?
yeah.
And that's a steal.
Because let me tell you about this cat. Somebody brought her in. She was extremely pregnant. We were getting ready to take her to the prison, and she had her kittens early. We all decided to name the kittens after I Love Lucy characters because her name is Lucy.
She's so
Well,
pretty.
she had 7
Hi, darling.
kittens. There's not 7 characters, so we had a tough time there.
Come here, sweetsies.
Then she came back after her babies were done. Wendy had 2 kittens that didn't have a mama, and she took them for another, 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah.
So she is an awesome, awesome mother. She's an awesome cat. She's beautiful.
Oh, she's something.
What is she? She a gray, black,
She is, look at the nose,
which is brown.
which is brown. So she's a brown tabby. That's her coat pattern. And we see stripes, just like a mackerel fish.
Yeah, she's
So she is a brown mackerel tabby. Most people call them brown striped tabbies. She's just gorgeous. This is a very common color cat, you know. A lot of commonality to this color cat, but what a sweetie pie. She's just a sweet,
She loves to be
very
loved.
sweet-natured
Yes,
little
she
girl.
is.
Yeah, she does like this petting, doesn't she? Look at that.
Yeah.
She's just like, and look at the undercoat. And this is why we call him brown, because everybody that's in this color scheme has black stripes, right? But it's what's underneath here. Look at the ticking even that's here. There, I don't know, Andy, can you see that? Okay, so you're starting out with like a gray, and it moves to a brown, a tan color, moves to black, and then goes back to tan. And that's called ticking. One color, one hair has multiple colors, and that is to help them stay hidden in amongst, you know, it's a camouflage. But she's just beautiful. So when you look at the color of cat, you're really looking at this nose. If this nose is brown, that's a brown tabby. Not a black tabby, it's a brown tabby.
No, you can see hardly any brown. It looks like she's gray and black, but like you
It
say,
sure does.
You open it up, you see
You
the
open it
brown.
up, you see brown everywhere. There's brown all in here. So she's a brown tabby, and she's a cutie. Cutie, and a little rust-colored nose. Sometimes they have pink noses, but usually on the brown tabbies, they have a rust-colored nose and green eyes. Sometimes they have amber eyes, but they're a lot. See, she has green eyes. They only really have green, amber, and gold.
Somebody from
This is
Drug
it,
Mart
though.
gave us about 15 of these.
Okay.
So if you come and give us a donation, we'll give you one of these. You can cut a little hole in here and you have a place for a feral cat. Put some
Yep.
bedding in there.
Yep. This has a
And-
piece here and a piece.
No, it's
Well,
just
so-
scratched.
Okay, and so where are they going to cut it?
They would cut it like right here,
Okay.
put the top back on, and then they would have bedding in here, and that would be so warm
Bedding.
for any cat.
What kind of bedding?
You could put hay, you could put a blanket, a towel,
We would want you to put straw.
straw, that's right.
Straw versus hay. Why straw versus hay?
Yep.
Because first of all, straw is hollow, and that's more of an insulator. Okay, and so you always use straw when you
Okay.
want to insulate something.
That's great.
And so you put the straw in here. You don't want bedding as in blankets. Why? The cat comes from the outside, it has wet feet, brings it in. The blanket's now wet and stays wet,
Right.
stays icy, stays
Oh,
wet.
that's good to know.
You don't want blankets unless you're going to be changing them out every day. That's fine. Then put a blanket in there. You
Right,
know,
but that's
if
good.
your maintenance is high, if you're going to do a high maintenance outdoor cat, that's fine. But you want to put straw in here. That's your best
Okay.
insulator. The other thing is that when you make the cut in this, you don't want to make it so low. Because if you have it on the ground and it rains or what have you,
Floods, get water in.
it's going to get in there. So you want to leave a good sized lip, okay? So you're going to have to cut a good amount up here and leave a lip down here so nothing can, wet can get in it. Or if you put it up on something, that's fine too. But then you're going to have to see how light this is.
Right.
I know recently we've had some pretty strong winds.
True.
Okay, so you're going to need to put something on top so it doesn't blow away. Because between this and straw, it doesn't weigh anything.
You could maybe get a bigger container, a plastic container,
Mm-hmm.
stick it in there, cut a hole in the container,
Yeah.
put straw on the sides, even
Yeah.
more.
Yep. So, a lot of things you got to think about if you're going to have an outdoor cat that you're going to maintain. But this is certainly a phenomenal way of keeping the cat in an insulated, nice, warm house. Just be careful that you aren't putting the doorway in the direction that the weather is coming from. Flip it. So our weather here typically comes from the west and moves east. So, I'm talking to the kids out there, right? So you guys that are kids out there say, Mom, I want to make one of these. That's great. You got to keep in mind, know where north is and you want the door facing east. Because the weather is going to come this way. The weather's going to come
Right.
this way, and the door, it won't be going into the cat house. You want the cat protected from the weather. That's the whole point of this, is to protect it from the weather that's coming, which is those storms come this way. Very, very rarely do we have, if ever, a storm from the east coming west. If anything, you have it from the southwest coming up. Those are the worst ones, by the way.
Yes.
Those are the tornadoes that I find that in my lifetime living up here. So those are all considerations that you want to do. You could put a rock on here, a real heavy rock, so that it doesn't blow away for these cats.
Well,
Okay? But this
So-
is such a great idea, Deb.
come in give us a donation, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
This is our last cat.
Last showcase cat for the day. And how many cats do we have here on the premises, Deb?
Well, right now we have about 70.
70. And
70
then,
to 75.
but we
so
have some in fosters. We have
we
some
do
in
have, if you wanna
two
talk all that,
prisons, and
we're
yeah.
talking about 100. So they all need their little
Yeah.
homes. This is Zane. He is a 4-declawed cat.
Four-paw declaw.
4-paw declawed.
And why is that?
That's how we got him. So I don't know. Why
Okay,
would
so they
somebody-
didn't tell you.
No.
Okay.
This was somebody had a situation, asked her friend to take care of this cat. The cat, she didn't want to take care of the cat. She brought it to us. We did get in touch with the original person. She gave us, relinquished it to us.
But we don't know why they went
No.
ahead and 4-paw declawed this
Do
cat.
not know.
Okay, we don't even declaw at Quick Fix anymore. We just did away with even offering it. There was some rationale to our thinking, which was fine. It gave the owner an opportunity to declaw should they need it, because of health reasons or because they live in an apartment and that's the only way they can have a cat. But we rethought it and decided we're just not going to do the declawing at Quick Fix anymore.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, so we're not doing it. It is an amputation. They amputate that first knuckle right off, and there's different ways to do it. But this cat has had all 4 paws amputated on, and so not sure why. But since it's already done, this cat is a tremendous therapy cat. This cat could go to any nursing home and know that it's not going to jump up or jump off of someone's lap and scratch their laps, which we know in nursing homes, a lot of people they bleed a lot.
Easily.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that it can be very dangerous. So unless he bites, and he's not a biter, he's the most gentle guy.
He's very gentle.
He's
I do
gentle.
have to say that someone did adopt and brought him back because they claim he was biting. Now he has not bit any of us.
Yeah, he's not even close.
I don't think the cat liked the situation he was in. I really think he would be a good single home, no other pets.
Okay, so we have the Medina County Board of Disability that may be one of their residents in their homes.
Might take him.
If you know of someone in one of those homes, or you're one of those people, or you want to contact, maybe we can even contact Diane over there. We've had people come in for medical reasons that cannot have that need a 4-paw declaws, and this is a very rare thing.
It is. I think we've only been one other
Thank
time. Since I've been here that we had a 4 declawed.
Yeah, yeah. So this cat, because of his situation, I mean, we can always see good in everything.
Right.
We can always, that's how you should.
Sweet cat.
Yeah. We're going to take this cat and the situation that we find him in and look for the right place for him, because I really believe that cats are here not for any other reason than to enhance our lives. The domestic cat is here to enhance our lives. If they're not doing that, then you need to rehome them or whatever. But they're here to be an enhancement to our lives, not a detriment to our lives. And this cat has a purpose, I can just tell right now.
Sweetheart. Loves to be brushed.
He has a purpose. And
Loves to be
he's
brushed.
just gorgeous. And he's young too, isn't he?
He's only a couple years old.
He's only a couple years old. This is called a bicolor blue and white. Gray in the cat world is considered blue. And it can get a little bit of a blue hue, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Well, hi, Elliot. Come here, Elliot.
Oh,
He's playing. He's playing. And so this cat is gorgeous. He is a medium-haired cat, because you see these are short. See, this is all short here and this is long. So when they have both lengths of hair, they're considered a domestic medium-haired cat. That's his breed, is domestic medium hair, and bicolor gray and white, or blue and white, however you want to say it, is his color. So come and get him. He's just amazing.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he
Okay,
is.
go back.
He even has hair out of his toes, but that could be a function of the fact that he has less toe. So, well, Debbie, this is it for Christmas.
All right.
This is it for Christmas. So this is our last show before Christmas. We're going to take a break for the holidays. We wish everybody out there, right? We wish you a very Merry Christmas. Spay and neuter your pets, and happy holidays.